When a gemstone is already this beautiful, the goal isn't to hide it with wire. It's to complement it. And today I'll show you how to turn this heart-shaped gemstone into a finished pendant. Okay, so for this project, we're going to need a few different things. First off, obviously, you're going to need that piece you're going to wrap. So I have these hearts with a larger hole, but you could also use a donut. Pretty much anything that has a larger size hole is what we're going to do today to fit this thicker top part of the bail through. And then we'll need a few supplies. I'm using 22 gauge 0.6 millimeter wire. I'm using a tape measure and my 3 basic tools. So a flat nose, round nose, and a set of snips. So for this size of pendant, I used 3 pieces of wire that were about 7 inches long, and that seemed to work out just perfect to make this top bail. Because we're using multiple pieces of wire, we can't work on the spool like we do for some other projects. We are going to have to kind of guess and measure. Like I said, for this one, this is a pretty small distance right here. So we don't need a ton of wire, but say this donut that I showed you, if you have this, you can see it's more than double, it's probably triple the distance that I have to go up, where you would make this kind of braid look right here that you would be covering over top of that part. You would definitely need more wire. So you're going to want to compensate if you are doing a larger project. For our hearts though, we are going to cut 3 pieces at about 7 inches for this little gap. Okay, we're going to start out by just smoothing out these wires a little bit with my thumb and my index finger, just to kind of get out any lumps and bumps you just created even just by holding it. So just hold on even with a pair of pliers if you like. And smooth them out a little bit just so that they kind of sit nicely together. And then we're going to find the middle, and we're going to be starting with that top circle. So we're going to grab our round nose pliers. You're going to find the approximate middle. It really doesn't have to be exact, but you're going to grab on with your round nose way up high. You want as big of a circle as possible. And you want to try to make sure that these wires are not overlapping. So you don't want them crossing over top of each other while they're into your tool. So you want nice 3 flat wires coming out one side, 3 flat wires coming out the other side. I mean, it's probably not the end of the world if they do cross over. That's just my preference. You're going to have them coming on one side and the other. So we're kind of creating this little right angle that's between the two here. So I have one circle through going my tool and then a right angle like this. We're going to take our thumb and our index finger and we're going to get in here and pinch and twist into this little right angle that we created. So my thumb is pushing this way, my index finger is pushing this way. We're going to pinch and twist around, and we're going to do that maybe twice around. And that's just going to tighten it up into a little neck there. Next, we're going to want all of these wires to kind of come together. So you're going to not want to move them too much because it could loosen this twist in here. So you have to kind of slowly bring them together so that they're all kind of flat in the middle. We're going to want to smooth them down so they're all nice kind of lined up in a row. So like I have one here that's jumping over a line. I'm going to want to pull that back. We're wanting to create a nice smooth front. So it's going to take a few times, a few passes with just kind of smoothing it out. Okay, so next we're going to split them back lightly into pairs. And now we're going to create this braid to start. So this is probably kind of the harder part of it, where you're going to be working with keeping these wires moving and flowing together as opposed to just each wire doing its own thing. So since this wire is already coming from this top twist, it's coming over top, we're going to want this one to go under. So these wires are going to take turns crossing over top of each other, one back, one back. Because it is a short distance, it only happens maybe a couple times. On a larger piece, you probably would do this more. So you can see across that first one, because it was over here, I'm going under. So this side is underneath. So this is where you have to kind of take your time and make sure they don't all kind of jumble up on each other. So there's our first pass. Now we're going to go back again. So you have to kind of pinch and rearrange it back that way. pinch, once again, making sure they're all nice and flat with each other, and try to bring it back again. Just go slow. Take your time, feel it out. Maybe you have to practice a couple times to kind of get that part going for you. But that's the gist of it. That's really all you're going to fit is just that once, twice. And that's the top part that is going to go through that hole. Okay, so once we are happy with this top part, we now have to bring these bottom wires back together into a single unit that's going to go through this hole. So you have to kind of shape them. You might want to use your nails. You can pinch up here. Kind of just slowly try and bring them back to center. If you're gentle with your tool, you could even try and hold on and pull. Get everybody to point back down. Okay, so now we're going to go through that hole. And then once you kind of have it lined up, so part of my braid is inside the hole, and I'm just going to roll that up a little bit and roll these up the back. So now you got kind of a hook that it hangs into. Now we have to be able to anchor off all of these 6 wires. And so that's where some of these coils at the top are going to actually come into play. So to start, I took all of my wires, and you see how they're all nice and lined up? That's what you're going to want to be aiming for, is try and have them all lined up. If yours are not, you might want to take a step back again, try and smooth them out, line them up. We're going to take them off to one side. It doesn't really matter which side, whatever side feels most natural for you. And you're going to come up and over that first initial double twist that we did up in here. And you're going to just have them wrap over top of that. So now we created this nice little unified top and our little braid coming out the bottom. You're going to go one full circle. So bring them all the way to the front here again. So you can see I'm really trying to pull tight to keep these nice and snug underneath as I'm turning. Once I get to the face, now it's going to be the time to design these little curls. So these are simply just a way to use up some of this wire. With being 6 wires that are here, normally if I just only have 1 or 2 that I'm working with, I'll just kind of find a spot, clip them, tuck them, and be done with it. But if I cut all 6 of these wires, I'm going to line up with a big line here of cut wires, and it's going to be quite obvious. There's really no way to hide them. Okay, so for that first wire, I'm going to take the very bottom one and pull it kind of flat onto the face more. Maybe I'll back these up just so they're not blocking your view. This is probably too much wire for me to make my little coil, so I'm going to cut that back a bit. This is something you're going to have to just kind of play with and learn as you go, approximately your own mental map as far as how much wire you want for versus how big of a coil you're going to use. Because there's no real way to know definitively how big this little swirl is going to be pretty much until you're done it. So it might take you some practice to determine how much versus how big of a spiral you wind up with. So you're going to take your round nose pliers, you're going to try and grab on at the absolute tip of your wire as close as you can, and you're going to start with your round nose and make just one tiny little circle. We're then going to go in with our flat nose and tighten that circle up a little bit. Once you've tightened up that circle, you're going to grab your flat nose and we're just going to begin twirling that in. You can leave it kind of open and looser. You can do it nice and like snug so all the wires touch each other. It doesn't really matter. This part is purely decorative, is just a way to use up some of these wires. So I put one down, nail, maybe the next one I'm going to curl it, say the opposite direction. So I'm going to grab my next wire. This is my next wire in line. I don't want it still, once again, too big of a circle, so I'm going to cut that down and start that loop. Okay, so you just curl it in tight to where you like. So we're going to just have that second one up there. And now maybe we're going to shoot to have one on this side. So we'll grab the next wire. Okay, so we'll place that one over here. Our next little coil. You know, I'm kind of happy with the 3. I don't know if I want to add a 4th on this guy. Sometimes you can just even go in with a swoop. So I'm just kind of using my nail to make a little curve. And then sometimes I can just have that end somewhere else, but I'm not sure if I have enough wire. So it's always kind of just a guessing game. Yeah, actually that'll work. So I created just a little half circle, and then it wound up coming up here, and it's going to tuck up into the front, and so it's not really in a place that it's visible, and it's not anywhere that's going to be scratchy on your neck. Okay, so that guy's hidden. So now we have two more. So sometimes two is easier just to tuck around, and once again try and tuck it in. Usually somewhere into this hole will help you. So get in there and clip it off. Okay, and then we're just going to tuck those two kind of into the middle of this loop, and then I find that's a good place to hide them where they're not visible and they're not in your way. And that is your bail. So there's usually some things you can kind of tweak at the end. So you can see the front of these three wires kind of got a little bit twisted. You know what? If you want to leave them that way, there's really nothing wrong with it. But if you do, you can go in with your flat nose and almost like kind of untwist them. So I'm just lightly pulling them back a little just to straighten that out. You can go back in with your round nose and give that a little bit of a push just to recenter those three circles. And just tweak it up a little bit, and there is your pendant.